Hello guys, I hope you guys are doing well, having a great day or a great night, and let's jump into the charts. So Dow Jones still going up, but in that way which is not, there is no confidence, but it keeps going. So yeah, we have to see how this is going to unfold because the dollar is going up as well, and so it's Dow Jones. So this is not common to see, right? But yeah. So there is nothing clear, but it keeps going. So I'll keep eyes on it as always, but it's not something that we can say, oh, okay, there is something clear here, let's do it. Okay, so probably we're going to trade sideways here a little bit and then keep going, and other stocks as well. And then I have to take a look at MGI as well. Okay, so here's the big deal, the dollar. The dollar, folks. So we understand by a matter of fact that we are not going to have the same volatility here that we had here. So yeah, we have the bullish hammer, and so this is the monthly candle, right? So we are around 9-10 days here. So we went down, no confluence, which is great. Remember, flat structures are just a little bit inclined. They are not like prime or the best ones, okay? But when we have a full symmetry on the top and on the bottom, which gives us higher highs and higher lows, that's great. Remember, Elliott wave setup, it's based on higher highs, higher lows, or lower lows and flat lines, okay, which also works for flat tops. They are bearish. Flat bottoms, they are bearish as well. So the one in between, high, low, lower high, higher low, lower high, higher low, that's the prime ones. So because I saw some of you guys talking about Theta, and it's not looking great. It was, but just one day after, it's not looking great anymore. So take care. So this is fantastic. This is great for multiple reasons. If we are right, we will be able to make fat longs, longs for months. That's going to be even better than the one we made it back in the day on USD GPI, which was worth $20,000. For some it was worth way more, but yeah. And so again, just a second. Yeah, so as you guys can see, the aggression in the lower section, it's bigger than the one in the upper section. So so far it's looking great, but it is true that we don't have a valid pivot here. But if we wait for one on the bigger picture, we are going to lose a lot, because it means the thing has to be way higher than it is right now. So that's why we don't look for the first move. We look for continuation. At some point it will be there, it will be developed, it will be clear. So let's go into the weekly. So the weekly is bullish as well. Yes, it is. On the 3 days, we have engulfing candle, which is great. Very, very bullish. Yes. So yeah. Now let's go into the daily. It's a power candle. There is another candle here, which is still a lower high compared with the previous one, but there is no way to call for a straight bull break, or let's say a development, bullish development. Sometimes it is not, it's not the way to expect something to be developed. Why? Because this is a big drop, right? So if we develop something right here, it's a sign of weakness, because we are expecting a big move. Then we will need time to consolidate a little bit. Structure, bull break, bullish continuation. So we probably here, and we also understand that the dollar is tricky because there is no symmetry most of time. So we have to pay close attention here. So for example here, this one. This was a somewhat bullish continuation. We end up with the bull break, but then it went just below the range of the bull break. So this should be bearish, but right after we saw the aggression kicking the bears out, and so if we are having comebacks, it's because probably the bulls are in control. So this is great. We can see some of support and resistance behavior, which maybe is not related to fundamentals, but we also have a gap here. Which wasn't filled yet. So yeah, we have to watch and observe, because folks, because if we trade those small structures, especially on the 1 hour chart, that's what happens sometimes. If you don't get out in time, you end up liquidated. Okay, so it will be somewhat like a day trade where you have a short time frame to do your stuff. So we are looking for one at least on the 3 hour chart, at least, but I don't really like the 3, like the 4. So USD, Mexican peso, so nothing to see as well. There is nothing developed, nothing clear, nothing to see now. And the euro is the beginning of the end for the euro, probably. But guess why? So here, just a sec. Okay, so let's take a better look here. Just let's flip our brains so you guys will have a better idea. Just a second, we are almost there. Then we have the broken mirror and the bull break. So what happens if we flip the chart? So you guys are familiar with this. We end up with the euro. You guys remember this? We talked about this before. But now let's take a look on the euro. Here it is. So we are looking for the clear one, a clear structure. When it is clear, when we are confident to jump in, it is going to be huge, because remember, it's a double-sided trade. We are going to long the dollar and short the euro, and possibly the pound. But there is another way, a better way to do this. So instead of flipping your capital, for example, dollar, euro, British pound, you can just choose only one. You guys see the point? It's easier to handle, to maintain, to administrate, etc. But yeah, so if, which can be, sorry, so we did this before, we are going to do this again. At some point a structure will develop it. Maybe so the last time it wasn't crystal clear, but still we made it. Okay, so here's the same stuff. Maybe the dollar is going for the inverted head and shoulders, and then the euro will print a head and shoulders, just like a mirror in between. Bullish, bearish, bearish, bullish. Okay, old members are familiar with this. This is nothing new, but it's always great to take a look again and to plan in advance. Okay, so Nvidia, I almost, for a little bit, I didn't got liquidated here, just by a little bit. It's overextended. We are already talking about this. I don't like this kind of structure, but they are still holding the higher lows. So far, not a problem. Gold, Fox Gold. So so this one here is tricky because we are looking for the dollar, right? So gold traded against the dollar, so no news. Let me see. So there is nothing clear here on the 4. We have a bullish candle, which is based on support and resistance. No doubt about this, but it's still a higher low. Okay, so higher lows are always great. So what we can do here is focus a little bit on the hourly to see what possibly can be developed here. And so this was we had a halt in the dollar around this pattern here, and this was flipped. So the scenario we had for the dollar was this, and then the dollar opened it up and gold down. So the correlation is there, and but again, see, bearish behavior, wasn't ready yet. I bought I talked about in the chat last afternoon that I was going to buy more dollars and probably short gold. I didn't shorted gold, but I bought more dollars. Yes. So yeah. So now nothing to see for now. I believe we can wait a few hours to see. So now let's go into the quick one on the silver. Just like gold, nothing clear, nothing special. Yeah, we need more candles. So Ethereum, it's looking for bullish continuation, but it's too tight. But the best clue for Ethereum is not on Ethereum chart, it's on Bitcoin chart. But before going to Bitcoin, let's take a look on XRP. So when we look here on the 4, it's not great. Okay, and I see something very interesting here that I'm going to share with you guys in a second. Very, very interesting stuff. When we jump into the hourly, they're also looking for bullish continuation, right? Yes, but the aggression from the top is way higher than it is from the bottom. So this is a problem. Okay, and multiple problems can be a bigger problem. So have this in mind. So what I want to show you is this. You guys remember that triple way that we traded with nail right in between? Was exactly this scenario right here. Not you, hold on. So I know what some of you may be thinking right now. Some will be happy, others will be concerned, and some just don't care, and I fully understand it. So remember this, okay? Because now we are going to make a quick trip. Mama coming home, oh, oh, I'm coming. And then here is the range for the bull break in our call. Oh, actually it was right here. So we had a big and bullish continuation pattern that was developed for a long period of time. And now we have somewhat the same kind of structure, but it is compressed. And when things are compressed, trading a big range, it's because it's like a hot potato. Okay, so we know this played out, and there was a big bullish divergence here, which means we can have the same thing here, right? And we are probably going to have. And I also believe that a theory about the price protection is not a theory at all. Why? The only moment XRP didn't follow the dollar was on this moment. That we can see right here. That's the structure we're talking about, and then bull break, bear break, and went up. So XRP is still inside. Let's say it's like it is inside, but that's the only time I didn't saw the correlation. But we understand things doesn't have to be 100% accurate to be relevant. So back to XRP. So this kind of structure, we may end up with a marginal bull break, and I will going to share another clue with you why I believe this is not the time. So we understand we have another bullish continuation pattern being developed. We also understand we are just a little bit out of this golden range. And the same is true for the lower section, right? Right here. And we understand that this methodology works how? Things keep chasing the average before making a decision. So we were going down, but then we can see we are chasing the 50%, which is between 34 and 21. So the next bull break from this structure can be above 55 cents. So we are going to reclaim what we lost. And folks, maybe soon, if this plays out, if we have a confirmation here, of course the confirmation comes on the last legs. But if this thing keeps going, we have the tool, right? We can see, we can read, and then we can find the time frame. We will end up with another class E and also a clear range for people who are still accumulating or looking to buy more at a cheaper price still. So we know the average price for this range, the golden, is 27, and for the in between, so we are talking about 38, 17, 17, so it's around 25 cents. And what else we have? Around 25 cents, that can be the average. So let's take a better look here. Yes, why not, sir? Please, my destiny. Measure the thing. Yes. Exactly right there. 25 cents. And now, let's take a look at a better and much interesting thing. At 12, sorry folks. At 25 cents, what we have and what we will have, because we can read people's behavior in advance. We understand that support and resistance folks are going to do what? To defend this range. Because, so most of them don't know, but this is the 50%, right? So it's natural. And so, looking at XRP only, it makes sense, perfect sense. But when we look at a scenario when Bitcoin can and maybe he is going to kaput, that's where I have to say, okay, I don't know how XRP is going to behave against it. But in our magic pocket, we have the dollar behavior. So we are not lost, we are not ahead, but we have some let's say some tools. So we are not like lost, and this is great. So again, we know they are going to play here. And this can be, again, can be, we still, there is no way to know. We still can end up with something like this. So 1, 1, 2 and 2, 3 and 3. Probably is not going to play out like this. And then we reclaim what was lost. Yes, but now not only this. Please, sir, my destiny. My kids don't want Brick Station 5. So, we understand by a matter of fact. Facts. This range, and we talked about this range before, and we were right. Of course, XRP didn't had continuation, but today we understand why. So just a second. There is a lot of value around 55 cents and a bull break. So let's take a look here. Da, 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 da. So first target is probably here, where the support and resistance folks are also going to do the same stuff that they did here, which is right here. So here I am using people behavior to find the first targets. Okay, so this is not based on anything else. We already talked about this. It's probably being 55 or even higher. And there is another scenario, likely scenario or not, I'm still not sure, that we can maybe end up with something like this. Because remember, it's too tight, right? So there's compression, there is volatility. And one thing that we can learn here from people who are wrong, So they were expecting a bear break from here, right? To 10 cents. And why? When things are going down, noobs will look for things to keep going down. And when things are going up, they just look, oh, we will keep going up. But we know we are always looking into the contradictory. So that's how we do. That's the way to do, to stay away in the other side of the masses. So this is not easy to do, but that's what we have to do. So again, let's say we end up with something like this, and hey, because we are going to have support and resistance folks doing the racket business here, and then boom, and then all those amazing kids will say, whoa, this is it, XRP is going to moon, yes sir, please. And then Gordon Gekko, yeah, we'll be back from XDC because he already gave up on XRP. Probably the reason why XRP skyrocketed here. So, and then maybe we can end up with a scenario like this. Just for the sake of this example, okay, you guys know the drill. So let's say something like this. And then what this is going to give us? Maybe. So let's say something like this. Then a lot of sellers pressure and bang. And then, oh, XRP is going down again. This is it. XRP is doomed. There is no way. XRP, whatever. Oh, lawsuit, my children, whatever. And then, because we may end up with a non-symmetrical, okay? So I'm not trying to find stuff here because it's going to be measured from here and not from here. But things are moving a weird way, and if XRP is following the dollar, you guys remember we have a possible inverted head and shoulders for the dollar and a head and shoulders for the euro. XRP, dollar, not euro. So can you guys see the macro stuff one on top of each other? So it's like a mosaic game, you know, where you pick the pieces and then you look, oh, okay, so it's not like this. It's actually here. And then the piece, instead of going here, it goes here. And so if this scenario is correct, if this plays out, big if, it's better to have a plan than have no plan. If this scenario plays out, then we can. So this is going to be wild. Take a look at this. How many people would be wrecked? How many? Yes. So let's take a look here. So let's use the golden, right? From golden to another golden. That's it. Oh, sir, my destiny. Yes. Airdrop it, please. Now we're going to take a quick. Oh, no. Yes. Holy Moses. Okay, folks. So the target for that price behavior, if that happens, is going to be a straight lower high. And when it comes down to the time frame of events, we may possibly be talking about late March. And this is very, very interesting and fascinating. And why? Tell us, sir, please, why? What is going on, my destiny? Because, folks, so this is very, very narrow, okay? So have this in mind. This can take maybe a long time to play out, Okay, so and this is also exotic, but since we end up with a event drop, a different event can pump back. Okay, but so the spring, where is the spring, sir? Okay, right here. So we know by a matter of fact, XRP not always, but a lot of times had amazing bullish behavior around the spring. So, and also, let's take another look here, just a second, folks. Okay, so the winter pivot was bearish, but not bearish based on price. It was based on events. So it was somewhat hybrid because we had, oops, not you. Yeah. So we had a rally before the winter pivot. Actually, this is wrong. Yes. Bear break on top of winter pivot. And so the next one we have is the March. So the next pivot on the spring. So yeah, folks, yes. And again, another thing or a possible different thing. Take a look on the kind of structure we have here. Sir, I can't see it, please. What kind of structure we have here? From the left, the right, what we may possibly end up here. So remember, let's do this again one more time. So likely, most likely bullish structure developing right here. So let's say we end up with something like this. Bull break. Let's say we end up with a lower high. If that inverted head and shoulders doesn't play out following the dollar or something similar, we are going to have a big one, which is 1 1 2 and possibly 2 with what? A average 55 cents. So right here, not 2, please, sir, my profits. Let's say right here. This is fair because so this is it's somewhat it ends up looking like gold. Inverted, possible, not clear, inverted head and shoulders with a bullish continuation pattern on the right wing. And so 1 and 1, 2 and 2, and a possibly 3 and 3. So we have the macro bullish one. Then we have the, I believe it's fair to call this sort of midway because it is going to be somewhat in a midway. Not, it's a midway in between, not a midway from the lower section, the midway, and then the top. So yeah, so whatever. Folks, I am going to tell you, if something similar with this plays out, this is going to be because, so this is going to be because, and also at least 10 or 20 times bigger and better. No, it's not 20, it's way more, way more. So the previous one was a triple A. This one is going to be a Olympus class A long. Yeah, so why? Because we are going to long right here. If this becomes clear the second leg, because we need a clear at least the second leg, at least. So doesn't matter the range, using 10x, it's most likely safe, okay? But even 5x, it's going to be worth a lot of money. And yeah, so we are going to do this. We are going to make probably a class A for this guy right here. And for this one becoming clear, I will bring a lot of trucks. A lot of trucks. And believe me, I am loaded already because this is going to be insane. And so here we have two scenarios. Again, actually three. So we have a bullish dollar. So for example, I bought more dollars, not all the dollars. Because especially my currency is in a awful trend against the dollar. So it doesn't make sense to keep holding Brazilian reais. So I bought more dollars. So I have more dollars. I have my long-term investment. A few trades open. And then we are going to jump in XRP again. So a first one. So A. Let me see if I can do this. Sir, please, your skills are awful. So AA, small a. Look at the square. The next one, oops. Oh yes, so something like, please, sir, your skills are awful. So can you guys see the micro and the macro? That's exactly what we are going to have and exactly what we are going to do if this plays out. So again, a class A plus a Olympus class A. And this is it. Just drive the thing, ride it, pay the fees, or a better strategy. If you guys are trading crypto on Forex, you are not going to pay any funding. This is very key for a fat, amazing, wild, crazy, long ever. Okay, so and another thing that we are wanting here, remember, it's that kind of long that don't come back against us, because when it come back, it's bad, it's not ready, and we can end up out, and then we have no place to jump in again. So it's completely awful. So folks, this is looking great so far, okay? And because XRP is probably going down, and then all those kids who are wrong about this one, they are going to follow. So, oh, XRP went down. Oh, there is bearish continuation. But actually, by a matter of fact, we have bullish continuation. And why? Oh, just a second. I shouldn't make any draw on this chart. No, sir, why? Please. Just a second. No. Hold on, hold your hats. Cool your jets. So, back in the day, we talked about this, and a lot of people made a joke on me, but we are still right. So let's take a look here. You guys remember, once we have the higher highs and the higher highs and the higher lows, that's a confirmation that there is no turning back. And if we add the price protection theory, it's there, folks. We can see it. There is evidence. Okay. So the previous low, the lower low. Then let's take a look here. So this is not right. Just a second. Yes, sir. So you guys got it here, right? Oh, no. Let me see if I can leave that there. Okay, so now, hold on, folks. We have a technical higher high after the dump by the cents, but there is technical validation. So again, previous low, lower low. So this is the higher low before the bull break. Bang, bull break. And now we had this low, which is a technical higher low, not even flat. Do you guys can see that the flat bottoms don't belong in bullish continuation? It's always about a ladder. And there is no such thing as a ladder with flat steps, you know? So yeah, folks, this is a long video already. I believe this can somewhat and probably can help you to start planning ahead. You guys know the drill. You have your risk management. You can start working in those levels. You have the tool at your disposal. You can just copy and use it, whatever. Actually, you don't have the tool, but you can just draw the lines in your chart, and then you're going to find out the things I found here. Or you can even pause the chart, take a note, whatever, and take your notes. Write the thing down. Start working on your numbers. How much you can place here, how much pain you can endure, how much you can have left for that bullish continuation on the top, which can be a Olympus Class A. So can you guys see how we do the things in advance? So this is not only TA, we are planning ahead, okay? Because that's how we start talking about control, like we talked about many times when we had control over the dollar and Bitcoin and etc. And remember, folks, we don't have to hold 20, 30, 100 coins, tokens. You can kill your profits. And when it comes down to longs or shorts, again, we don't need to have like 4, 5, 6, 10 longs. The lesser, the better. Okay, have this in mind. And so now a quick look. So I was taking a look on Link. So there is nothing special here, nothing clear at all. My chart is lagging. Yeah, so nothing clear. Not going to spend the energy here. But let's take a look on Bitcoin because the only thing that I care here. So bearish behavior here. Weekly, sir, please. So nothing special here, nothing changing. We know it's hyperbolic already. But this is the thing, folks. Sometimes we are not only losing trades, we are learning from our mistakes and from the market. And guess why? We have a scenario which is totally bearish for Bitcoin, which is a rising wedge just below the last key level for this range. So what I believe, so actually it's only my 2 cents, but just a second. So you guys can see how Bitcoin keeps going, but they leave no room for proper correction or to develop bullish structures instead of bearish ones and keep going. So this is a mess, but whatever. So let's see this one. Okay, there's also validation here. speculating a little bit here. So for the bigger rising wedge, it seems broken. Yeah, it's way broken. Not possible. Yeah, not going to happen. But so let's acknowledge this line here. And what I believe, and I'm going to try it short. Yes, I will. But a small one, just a small position because it's worth the risk against the reward. And so what I believe they're going to do here is this. 1 and 1, 2 and 2. So we are talking about possible scenarios, not fully developed. Or even, let's give, oh, 2, right here. So maybe make a higher high, which is the natural move, right? And so here, a lot of people are going short because it's a rising wedge, right? People don't buy rising wedges. Only people who have no idea what they are doing. And we know that Tether behavior is just on top of it. People spending funny money, you know, total scamming, but whatever. So just a second, folks. Hold on. Yes, so what I believe what they are going to do is this bull break, new all-time highs, people excited, people looking for more bullish continuation, go crazy, 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 crazy. And then we may end up with another bearish candle, trade inside, get back, go for a lower high. Which we know this kind of behavior is the new meta. And how they are playing this game? They are making another move after the last move before going into the proper direction. So for example, we saw many falling wedges behaving like this. The thing goes down, up, and instead of the bull, end up with a quick one, and then bang. So, and also we understand from Bitcoin that it keeps going up on top of bearish patterns. So this is to leave a lot of people behind, and people don't open long positions. And if we look on Bitfinex longs, Bitcoin longs are not going up, they are going down. 5,000, which is around 25% so far. So folks, there is something wrong. There is something wrong, crystal clear, no doubt. But yeah, so I will look for a short around this range right here. Or yeah, so let's see how this is going to play out. It doesn't. So some of you may ask, oh, so if you're expecting to short here, why you don't long here? Because I don't buy, don't long bearish structures, especially the ones that are not developed. I don't. I rather wait and patiently and in peace. Okay, because there's a lot of people there running crazy to make a long to buy. Oh, and they end up what? Staring at the charts. Oh, please go up. Oh no, don't go down. Oh, I'm losing money. Oh, please don't liquidate me. Here we call this the train of agony, which people enter in bad situations and then they keep hoping and pray for the thing to move into the desired direction. I don't do this. I have peace in my life. Okay, so folks, 50 minutes video. What? Sir, why? So folks, this is it what we have for now. And yeah, so let's keep talking about this. Let's keep charting. Let's keep sharing charts. Let's keep talking about those scenarios. You guys can copy my charts here and add your idea into it and share in the analysis room. Because if I end up wrong and if you end up right, we have the continuation and vice versa. Right? That's the way to do it. Because I am not like a right all the time, or it's not about this. We are looking to be accurate. We all together, working together, accurate or not. So we rise and we fall together. We stand together. We help each other together. Together is the way to do stuff. Okay? So let's talk, let's participate, let's do our stuff. Okay? So one friend left the group, and he was saying that people don't help or share food or spread anxiety stuff, and they only keep waiting for trades. Well, but he's doing exactly the same thing he said people are doing. Can you guys see? It's I'm not going to say it's hypocrisy, no, because maybe the person can't see it, but yeah. And there is some of you who are learning how to use patterns, how to draw lines, how to identify valid scenarios, etc. And you will only learn once you start to do stuff. And when you're not right, not sure about this, ask someone. You can tag me, you can tag Yeli, you can tag Greg. You can tag Sid. But yeah, so let's work together, folks. Let's work together. And yeah, so yeah, I think this is it for now. I hope you guys have a great day or a great night. We have a lot of things to work here. And yeah, so let's keep talking, let's keep working, charting and sharing charts. And yeah, so guys, thanks again, thanks for your support, thanks for your time as well. And remember, if you are a new member, don't be shy, ask questions. Questions move the world. Okay, so yeah, but always remember, let's maintain our focus on technical analysis and in the markets. Okay, and yeah, so this is it for now, folks. Stay safe, thanks again, and see ya.